Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on. Albert Einstein. Maya Angelou once said, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." My friends, creativity is the generation of new ideas and is essential to our daily lives. Whether you're designing an advertisement campaign, you're an engineer trying to solve a problem, or just a Toastmaster trying to write a speech. Creativity is the coffee to our Monday mornings. But I know for a fact, and from personal experience, that for the next 45 minutes, we won't need any coffee, unless you have a long night. I know Scott has worked hard on this workshop, and I know he's made it fun and interactive so that we can truly learn creativity. There's no doubt in my mind that he's brought his A game. Now, friends, guests, fellow Toastmasters, and Honor District officials, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce my friend and mentor, the leader of the Build Scaffolds to Elevate Your Creative Thinking leader, advanced communicator, bronze, and competent leader, Mr. Scott Terenzi.
Thank you, Tim, for those warm words. I'm kind of excited to hear what I have to say after that. Guys, I am very excited to be doing this workshop. We have a great opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'd like to start it off with an activity. Everyone please stand up. Excellent. By the way, those people in the back, you may want to be at a table for the workshop, so if there's spots, you may want to move forward when we sit down. All right, for the activity, everyone please raise your left leg up in the air. I don't care what you do, Captain Morgan, can, cha-cha, whatever you do, just get the left leg up in the air. Excellent. I am so excited we got this workshop started off on the right foot. Let's sit down. Corny, awful humor aside, the reason why I did that, I'm very glad to see that you guys are all willing to participate. As Tim said, this workshop is designed to be interactive. I'm going to be talking to you guys, and I'm hoping you talk back. Well, I'm hoping you respond. Thank you. And I'm hoping you participate in the activities. It's going to be a fun workshop. It's going to be interactive. You might learn something. So, let's go through what the workshop we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about scaffolds and what they are, and how they relate to creativity, and how you process information, and how that relates to coming up with new ideas. Then, we are going to go through 2 different activities that help you generate ideas, and see how ideas are interconnected via scaffolds. In addition, the second activity we're going to do is designed to help you solve a problem, a common problem most Toastmasters clubs face. That sound good to everyone? If everyone's pretty much high officers, that's a good thing, I think. Finally, we're going to give you something that takes it home. Yes, I'm going to assign homework. You all passed, though, but it's up to you to do this. You guys came here for 45 minutes. I'd like you to get something out of it more than just today. So this brings it home personal to you. You can connect to it, and it's related to what you're talking about. So let's get started. Build scaffolds to elevate your creative thinking. What is a scaffold in the real world? Anyone?
Framework.
Framework. Excellent. I love that you guys said that word, because that's exactly right. It's used to build up items, and it's a framework. It's a bunch of interconnected pieces used to build the ideas. Well, in our brains, scaffolds are the exact same things. Scaffolds are the connections between items. And so your brain develops shortcuts. It has those connections, those scaffolds that help you come up with the ideas and things related to the object. So for example, if I were to say, well, let's just do it. If I were to say McDonald's, what is the first thing Can I get a volunteer real quick? Someone preferably right-handed. Mine, I smear, not right. Thank you. Yes, please. Write as many as you can hear, and we're going to just branch out from everything you think of when you hear McDonald's. So, for example, let's say Big Mac. Go down. Hamburger. Coffee. Happy Meals.
Calories.
Slow down.
Ronald.
Grimace.
Filet
Not
of
a
fish.
McDonald's, but you're Grimace.
Filet of fish.
French
All right.
fries.
What was it? French
French
fries?
fries.
McNuggets.
Super
Filet
size.
of fish. Dip.
All right. Two more.
Arctic ribs.
Fish ribs and golden arches. Well done. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So, what we have is every single one of these items, the connections, not the items, keep in mind. The connections are the scaffolds. So we could do this with every single one of these items. Now what's interesting is you can probably, when you look at this, you can probably come up with more scaffolds. So for example, we have hamburger. But when you think of Big Mac, don't you think of hamburger?
Yeah.
Of course. So there's a scaffold right here. Now, if I were to sit there, we got Ronald here. And I heard Grim, so there's a connection there. So if I were to ask you Happy Meals, let's focus on Happy Meals and do what we just did again. Could you come up with some things? Sure. What's the first thing you think of?
Toy. Hope.
Okay. While you run. So the point is, but look at this. From McDonald's, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items that we just thought about with regard to McDonald's. Then, when we looked beyond that, we had Big Mac and hamburger, was 13. And we had Happy Meals and hamburger, was 14. And when we started looking at Happy Meals, we came up with an extra 3 or 4 ones. So we had about 16 ideas that we came up with in about 20 seconds. That's pretty good. And there was probably more, I just couldn't hear all of you at the same time. What this is called, this is called a mental map. This is designed to show you your connections that you think of between various objects. Every single one of these, like I said, is a scaffold. The key to creativity, and this is important, the key to creativity is have as many scaffolds as possible. So therefore, if we want to be more creative, what do we have to do?
Eat more hamburgers.
Eat more hamburgers, maybe. I don't know if there's a correlation between hamburgers and creativity. I haven't found that one yet. How about build more scaffolds? That's what this is designed to do. This is designed to show you the scaffolds. By the way, I have a flyer at the end that has all this information, so you don't have to take notes if you don't want to. They're all there if you want to, and it'll help you feel free. So this is called the mental map, and you can see all the different scaffolds. What's nice about this is you can visualize. You can actually see the physical connections, and you can see what you think of. So some of you are saying, okay, that's awesome. We just came up with 16 things about McDonald's. Woohoo! Where is this useful? Imagine if you were part of McDonald's advertising company, and your job was to come up with the next commercial. You had to think about which scaffold people think about when they think of McDonald's, and which one do we want to develop. Maybe we want to focus on the Big Mac. When we say Big Mac, what do you think of? 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, yada, yada, yada. That's because they focus on that scaffold and they built it. You can do the same thing. Let's say you're having you're an engineer, and you have a problem that you need to solve it. So you sit there and look at your problem and say, what are the elements of my problem? There's the weight, there's this, and you start building out, and you can come up with ideas that you may not have visually or originally seen because it's visual. A lot of people have a very visual mentality. Now this first activity we're going to do, you guys already demonstrated you guys can do it. We're going to create a mental map. on a random object. I would like you guys, I'm going to be passing out random objects. There's paper in front of you, and I'd like you to work as a group. And I'd like you to talk among your group. Hold on. And I'd like you to come up with as many scaffolds as possible in the next 5 to 10 minutes with your group. Now, you're going to want to have like one group mental map, and everyone else can have one as well to help process the ideas. And we're going to try and come up with as many scaffolds as possible. There may be a prize for the group with the most scaffolds, so keep that in mind. All right, there is a prize. I'm not cheating you like that. So come up with as many items related, as many scaffolds as you can. These count too. These scaffolds between the items count as well. So work with the 2 or 3 of you and talk. One other thing, it's very helpful to write stuff down, especially with regard to creativity. Leonardo da Vinci had journals upon journals to help him come up with creative ideas. Now, I like to think I'm creative, but I'm no Leonardo da Vinci. And if he needed the journals, I kind of think I do too. So it's a very important lesson to take home. As you write this stuff down, get a journal, speech journal. If nothing else, just come up with ideas. So spend some time, try and come up with the random object. You guys have paper, and if you need a pencil, let me know. And we're going to work on this for about 5-10 minutes. Come up with as many as you can. You guys can work together. Tim, you want to help me pass some of these out? You guys can work on that.